Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to show you a quick video about some antique fishing reels I bought. This one is Abumatic, and this one is Zebco, and these are two well-known brands in the angling community. Now, what I wanted to talk about is the price I bought these for, the slight amount of reconditioning I did, and then how I'm going to sell them, because that's really all you care about. So these two, I bought them both for $3. These, I would say they're from the 70s or 80s. I'm not totally sure. I don't know a lot about fishing reels, but I know these brands because my family all fishes. Everyone in my family is a fisherman, almost everyone at least. And the things that stood out to me was the brand names, because I'd heard of them. Made in Japan for that one, and Made in USA for this one. We want to stay away from Made in Korea or Made in China, just because, especially with older things, people associate low quality with things from the 80s made in China, for example. I don't know what the date on these is, but if I had to guess, I would say mid-80s, now that I'm thinking about it more. What this has right here, that is, I believe, is the seal of Michigan. I'm not totally sure, but I think that's Michigan State seal. I'm not positive. If it's not, it might be a little mark on all of the fishing line or fishing reels, but you can't really make out what it says. It's kind of been too worn away, and that probably is the best angle you're going to get at. Let me see if I can zoom in and use the digital zoom to show. Not really. Someone please correct me in the comments if it's not. I mean, if that's like a little mark. It looks like it might have been added after the fact. I'm not sure. But if it's a common mark on the Abumatic 315, I would like to know. It very well might be. I am just talking to you as someone who sells a lot of things and isn't necessarily an expert on those things. The Zebco reel, a Zebco 909, this is actually a reel that I used growing up. So I know that it's at least from 1988, because when I was a little kid, or I guess at least 1991, because when I was a little kid, I fished with a Zebco 909 with my grandfather up in northern Michigan. The reconditioning aspects of these, all I did was take a toothbrush, some warm water, and a little bit of Goo Gone to remove any sort of grease on them. A lot of these will have like grease from your hands build up around the edges, like skin grease, body oil or whatever you want to call it, skin oil. That's really gross and nasty. I took it away. What you do not want to do under any circumstances is polish them. If you're selling vintage things or antiques, I cannot think of a single circumstance when you ever want to polish them or just mar the surface in any condition, really. You see this all along here? It looks like it's dirty, but what that is, I believe, is oxidation. I believe that the metal is oxidizing, and it's kind of pitting there as well, you can see. And so what I wouldn't want to do is take a Dremel and sand that, or hit it with like some sort of metal polish. That would just be catastrophically bad. What I'm going to do to sell these is I'm going to lot them up together and just auction them off. I might do a buy it now for a week or two to see if anyone bites, but I don't think they are. Maybe they are, I don't know. These sell relatively frequently, once or twice a week, but my eBay account is not very popular. I don't really use it that much, so I'm tempted just to put maybe some antique fishing lures I have in here and auction them off, because the two of these and some more paraphernalia, I have a hard time believing that they'll auction off for less than $6, which is what I paid. And obviously you want to make a profit on stuff, but when I go to these antique barns and I make these videos where I try and show what I'm doing on a more, granular level, I'm not necessarily too concerned with how much money they make, because these two reels by themselves, the max amount of profit I could get off these is probably $40. That would be a great flip. And, is it worth doing 20 minutes of work for an extra $5? In my opinion, no, but everyone's circumstances are different, so maybe for you it is. More so, I'm just saying, look out for these old reels. Don't be scared of a little oxidation, as long as the turning mechanism works, which it does on these, and as long as there's no dents or gouges in them, they're probably going to work. The person who buys these might have them for display, but they could also use them. If they have kind of a vintage or retro setup, this might be just what they want for their look. Quick video, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope it can help you learn more about some fishing reels.